Opening comments, then we'll open for questions.
I'm really thankful we have this guy Sherwood Brown on our team because first half we were missing a lot of easy shots. We missed 5 or 6 free throws in our first 7 attempts. Just like we were uptight, but Sherwood came to play tonight and really carried us while we went through those dry spells. And then we went, once we settled down and got into a flow, I thought we played exceptionally well. I think we scored 48 points in the second half, and it was a really team effort defensively. I thought our defense was the key. They shot 33% from the field, and anytime you have to defend an all-conference player like Adam Pegg and another all-conference player like Chris Perez, it's difficult. Adam Pegg, to me, is one of the best players to ever play in this league as far as a big guy goes. He's not only a great player, but he's a great student. I've known him since high school, and I'm very, very proud of what he's accomplished. I'm just sorry we had to beat him in his last game, but I'm really, really excited for what he's done and also for his future. And I also want to give credit to Casey Alexander. He's done an amazing job this year with that team to be 11-7 in the regular season and compete like they've done. So we're fortunate to win this game, and I give a lot of credit to Stetson because they're really tough.
On to Mercer. It's been a tough matchup for you, obviously, two really tight games previously. Your thoughts on tomorrow?
Well, it's the two teams with the best record, and I think we're both 23-10 now. They beat us by one game in the regular season. We split during the year. We beat them in the semifinals here last year, so we won 2 out of the last 3. Those games have all come down to the last 10 seconds. I expect another close game tomorrow. Mercer has great players. It's a great atmosphere to play in, and we're looking forward to it. Even though it's on short rest, we're excited to be in the championship game, and we'll do our best.
You used the word uptight. Would you guys be able to survive another tense or slow start like that if it were to happen tomorrow?
Depends how good our defense is. If you defend, you can withstand a lot on the offensive end, and we did that tonight. We did that. The Mercer game at home was 60-57. I think an overtime game up here was 62 at an end of regulation, and last year when the semifinal game was 62-58. So it's gonna be a lot of defense tomorrow, and I think whatever team makes the plays in the second half will win the game.
Chase, do you think you guys were affected by the pressure or the moment or anything?
No, I don't know if it was the pressure. I think we just came out, like you said, uptight. We weren't really playing our game. And again, thank God we have the player of the year, Sherwood Brown. He really carried us out. I think he had our first 8 points, maybe even more.
Coach, talk about the energy that you guys did come out with in the second half to go on that 9-0 run and kind of take control of the game.
I think the catalyst was Brett Comer, our point guard. He struggled in the first half because he picked up his second foul, and he just made some plays that he normally makes that he didn't finish in the lane, and he left his feet a couple of times. And so he came out the second half and just really turned the game around. He had 6 assists total. We had 9 points, all in the second half, and he got his teammates involved. And when you have a guy that can make plays like that, it's a lot easier for everyone else to score.
Coach, Sherwood was the only player to score for your team in the first 11 minutes of the game. What caused the team's struggles initially?
Well, there's missing layups and free throws. I don't understand that. It's just something that happens. It's part of the game. So what caused it? It could have been nerves. It could have been they're bad shooters for tonight. We usually have pretty good shooters on our team. It was frustrating to watch. I'll tell you that, is from a coaching perspective, because we were getting pretty good looks, and then we made some mistakes. But I think in general we just didn't play with the confidence that we normally do, and once we started to play with confidence, we were awfully good.
Chase, your thoughts on tomorrow's matchup and what the keys will be against Mercer?
I mean, it's always a good game. We just got to play defense, come up with the 50-50 balls, and we got to go to the offensive glass, defensive glass. They're really big inside. Of course, Jacob Gallen rebounds really well. But with our guards, they always rebound well. I know Bernard had 13 rebounds tonight. Sherwood had 7. So just rebounding, playing defense, and getting stops.
Sure, we're talking about the defense a little bit. You held them to 34% shooting tonight. I think that's pretty good.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. But, I mean, Coach was telling us that this whole tournament we're going to have to play better defense than what we played all year. So we made a purpose to make that our key. If we're not having a good scoring night, then we just have to play defense. Defense wins championship.
Talk about your determination level coming out when the team was struggling for offense. You just kept going at it. So senior leadership type thing, or
I mean, I was just trying to do what I can to keep us in the game. I knew my teammates were was going to get over the little drop that they were in at that moment, and once they did, then we just got to roll.
Andy, you guys had the last time you played Mercer down in Alico, last 6 points of the game in the last minute were all at the foul line for you guys. A couple close calls could have gone either way. After one, you have to feel like maybe on the road don't necessarily have the benefit of the doubt on some of those calls sometimes.
Well, you would hope that for a championship game, we'll have a great officiating crew, and that won't come into play. I thought the officials did a good job tonight. Everyone misses calls once in a while, but as far as playing a road game in a championship, I mean, this is the 4th straight year that as Mercer has hosted the conference tournament, and we'll probably come here next year. So we have to deal with their crowd, but as far as calls going against us, I'm not concerned about that. I think the officials in this league are excellent, and I'm sure they'll do the best they can. But we feed off this Mercer crowd, so I don't think it's gonna affect us. We've been this is the like the 7th or 8th game we played here in the last 2 years, and this is the 4th time we played Mercer here the last 2 years. So as long as they keep having a conference championship here, we'll be playing here 2 or 3 times a year.
Chase Sherwood, no worry or fear of the crowd?
Nope.
No.
Sherwood, what are your thoughts on the quick turnaround? You guys are going to be playing here in about 13 and a half hours. Unlike last year, though, you haven't had to play three games in 3 days. How do you think you guys will be tomorrow as far as energy level and such?
I think yesterday's off day really helped us out a lot. So, I mean, it's always tough to play a late game and then turn around and wake up and play a game early the next day. So we're just going to go to our hotel, get some rest, and come out with some fire tomorrow.
Sherwood, do you allow yourself to think what it would mean to win tomorrow and to go to the NCAA tournament to take this program there?
I mean, it's hard to not think about that, but I just try to make sure we have to win first in order to do that. So I try to keep my focus on just playing the next game.
Chase, could you break down the Stetson 5-point play and what you followed out?
I jumped up, they called a foul on me, he made the basket, got a free throw from that, and then it was just a technical foul. I don't know, I wasn't really involved with that, I didn't see what happened. But I think it was a slam to the ball, not intentional, wasn't really upset, just slipped out of his hand on the way back up, and so they got three free throws plus the and one.
Andy, our flagrant foul stuff kind of came up again tonight. Thoughts on that? That's 3 in the last 2
We gave them
games.
6 free points. Our flagrant fouls are some of the weakest flagrant fouls I've ever seen. Not that it should ever be a good one, but we're not trying to hurt anybody. When Eddie got the rebound, it looked like he got fouled twice before. When you hold the ball for 3 seconds all over you and you're trying to get away, he's not trying to hurt anyone. And they said his elbow made contact, so I believe the officials, and so I'm sure it was the correct call. A lot of those times, you'd like the foul to be called right away on the defense, or in that case, it would have been the offense when we have the possession of the ball. So Bernard had a couple in our last game against Kennesaw, and he wasn't trying to hurt anyone. In fact, all the times this year, we try to play a clean game. We try to respect the other team, and so these calls tonight and throughout the year are not because of they're not malicious in any way. We just raised our elbows too high, and I haven't seen any bloody noses from the other team or anyone even backing up. It's just basically grazing, and that's our fault. We got to have to do a better job of that.
You guys came so close last year. Is that still in the back of the mind somewhere?
Yeah. Yep.
Will that be with you at all tomorrow? Does that push you that much
We
more?
just use it as motivation.
One last question.
Eric McKnight, a little gimpy at all?
But he just had cramps. He's fine. It's a tough turnaround. Hopefully tomorrow with the short rest, he'll be able to get his legs back. We need him.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.